Have you ever felt like you're at a turning point, as if something is calling you, but at the same time, there's an inexplicable feeling holding you back, preventing you from reaching what you desire most? Something inside you, almost like an invisible force, tells you that something is about to change, but you don't know how. And have you ever stopped to think, what if what's blocking you is actually the key to finally understanding your destiny? Now, imagine for a moment that you're already on the right path, but it's as if there's an invisible line between you and what you want most. You feel it, don't you? Something pushes you, but also holds you back, creating a feeling that something is missing. The problem is that, until you realize what's really going on, you might end up losing yourself, never reaching the destiny that's truly yours. Here's the thing, what you think is an obstacle might actually be the direction you need to follow. Destiny doesn't present itself in a simple and clear way. Often, it comes disguised as challenge, doubt, and uncertainty. And it's exactly at this moment that many people get lost, in doubt, in the fear of moving forward. But what if you knew right now that everything you need to discover your true destiny is within your reach? That everything holding you back is simply a test of courage and perception? You're about to uncover a truth that could transform your life. This video might be the key you've been waiting for to unlock the path ahead. Get ready, because what you're about to hear might be the beginning of something bigger than you can imagine. Your destiny is closer to you than ever before. Now that you've felt that presence, that sense that something greater is at play, let's talk about what's really going on. You may not have noticed yet, but there's an invisible force that has been shaping your choices, your decisions, and even the moments when you hesitated the most to take the next step. No, it's not a coincidence that you feel this way. And I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered why, even when you try to move forward, it seems like something always holds you back? Maybe it's the fear of failure, or maybe it's the weight of all the times you felt inadequate, unable to take the necessary step. Perhaps what you're experiencing now is a repetition of a cycle, that pattern of doubt and insecurity that always prevents you from achieving what you know is possible. But here's the truth, that block you feel isn't something you created. It's not your mistake. In fact, it's something bigger, something you can't see, but that's directly influencing your destiny. You might not even realize it, but there's something, a force, or maybe a combination of factors, that's guiding you to this point in your life. Something is interfering with your choices, influencing your direction, but you can't pinpoint exactly what it is. Maybe it's the voice of your inner critic, telling you you're not good enough. Or maybe it's a deep fear, disguised as logical reasons, but underneath it all, it's just an invisible barrier created by something far beyond your immediate perception. I know you feel this. Every time you get closer to something great, a sense of discomfort starts to take over, and then you pull back, you hesitate. But the worst part is when you don't know where this feeling is coming from. It's as if something is holding you back, preventing you from moving forward. The feeling of being stuck, as if your life is stagnant, is common when this block manifests, but you need to know it's not permanent. This cycle can be broken, and you're about to understand how. I need you to stop for a moment and look inside yourself. Because maybe you've gotten used to the idea that life is like this, full of obstacles that you just have to accept. But the truth is, something much bigger is at stake. Something you need to recognize now before it's too late. Something that, when understood, can be the key to breaking this cycle of blocks and finally guiding you to your destiny. Now, you must be wondering, if there's something bigger blocking my journey, what can I do to change that? Let me tell you something important. There is a force that has been by your side all along. No, it's not a coincidence. And this presence, which you may have never consciously recognized, has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to guide you, protect your journey, and ensure that you don't fall into traps that could divert you from your destiny. The truth is, just like you, it's also connected to your path. And, more importantly, it can't act without your recognition and permission. This force is not something you can see directly. It's not a person, nor something tangible. But it's a presence that, even silently, has been influencing your choices in ways deeper than you realize. Have you ever felt, at critical moments in your life, as if something intervened to prevent you from making a hasty decision? Or maybe, in an inexplicable way, you felt like you took a better path than you had planned, as if something was guiding you? That is the intervention of this presence. Now, you might doubt this. Maybe you're thinking that all of this is just a product of your mind, an attempt to justify things that happen without explanation. But what's often forgotten is that, when we're being guided by something greater, we often don't immediately understand its purpose. And that's where the challenge lies. You need to start recognizing that you're not alone. That, even in moments of solitude or despair, there's something working to help you, just waiting for you to acknowledge its presence. You may have felt lost at some point, as if you were walking in circles. But I want you to know that this lost feeling is temporary. This winding path is part of a process. What you need to do now is take a courageous step. Start to realize that help is closer than you think and that you don't have to fight alone. And this help, this force that has been by your side, can only begin to act with your permission. When you open your eyes to this and accept that it's time to allow this presence to take action, you will begin to see changes in your life, more smoothly, more intensely, more clearly. I know it's hard to believe this. I know that doubt often arises and makes you question everything you've felt. But the secret is to trust in what's beyond your immediate sight. When you begin to recognize this presence and allow it to act in your life, you will feel something unlocking inside of you. The path will begin to seem clearer, more directed, and the transformation you've been waiting for will start to take shape right before your eyes. This intervention is not something external, but something that's within you. It's already inside of you, waiting to be recognized. And the only step you need to take now is to start trusting this presence. It won't force you into anything, but it will be there, silently waiting for your permission to become part of your transformation journey. The situation begins to worsen. I know you might be thinking that, despite everything that's been said, there's still something wrong. Something doesn't seem to align, as if an invisible wall is rising between you and what you most desire to achieve. This wall, which you can feel but not see, is the accumulated tension in your life, unresolved fears, and the doubts you keep to yourself. And with every step you take toward your destiny, this wall seems to rise higher, stronger, as if blocking you from moving forward. Now, imagine this wall. It's there, imposing, between you and everything you want to achieve. You can see its shadows, the pressure it imposes on your shoulders. You try to move forward, but something is constantly holding you back. Every time you try to move, something pulls you back. And even though, deep down, you feel that something bigger is at play, you still can't see how to cross this barrier. But the most interesting thing about all of this is that this wall is not as solid as it seems. It is, in fact, a creation of your own insecurities. It's made of the choices you didn't make, the regrets from the past, the fear of failing. And here's the critical point: no matter how strong it seems, it can be brought down. Not by external forces, but by your own decision, your willingness to look beyond what's blocking your view. As this wall grows, the presence I mentioned earlier also becomes stronger. It's working behind the scenes, creating an invisible web of support, solutions you can't yet clearly see. But the action needs to come from you. You may feel trapped, but the truth is that with every thought, every feeling you direct toward this situation, you have the ability to weaken the wall, to dismantle it little by little. Imagine that the presence guiding you is like an outstretched hand, waiting for you to take it. It won't do the work for you, but it will show you the way. You feel the presence, don't you? You know that, somehow, something bigger is pushing you forward, trying to open your eyes to new possibilities. Maybe it's not an immediate change, but it's the beginning of something grand. The wall is not eternal, and the pressure you feel will not last forever. It will pass once you understand that your greatest strength lies in deciding not to be dominated by it anymore. Every choice you make now, no matter how small it seems, is one less brick in the wall that's stopping you from moving forward. The tension is rising because it's clear that the moment of decision is approaching. You may still feel as though you're in a maze, but the key to getting out is yours. What will you do with this pressure you feel right now? Will you let it dominate you, or will you take control of your own journey? What you decide now will determine the next step, the next move, and the breaking down of this wall that keeps you from reaching the freedom you so desire. Now is the decisive moment. What will you do? You are faced with a choice that can shape your entire trajectory, the direction of your life. Look within yourself and realize that the power to change is in your hands, and only in your hands. Up until now, the presence I've mentioned has been by your side, preparing the ground, showing you the way, but now you need to take the final step. You are the only one who can cross this wall. The decision is in your hands, more than ever. The truth is, no matter how much fear, doubt, and insecurity still exist, you have the ability to take control. This is the turning point. What you decide now will define what comes next. Maybe the fear is still there, whispering that you're not capable or that you don't deserve it. Maybe the voice of doubt has been so constant in your life that you've already considered it a friend. But now, you need to choose between staying in the same place, feeling incapable, or acting. Because there is no middle ground here. Stagnation is the greatest threat to your destiny. Action is the key to transformation. I know this can be scary. The fear of failure is real, and often it's easier to stay still, waiting for something to change on its own. But if you keep waiting, the wall will remain, and you will continue to be swept away by the current of doubt. Now, more than ever, you need to make a choice. It's not about being perfect. It's not about ensuring everything goes as planned. It's about acting, even when the answers aren't clear. The simple act of taking one step, even if small, is what will begin to break down that invisible wall that's keeping you from moving forward. Think carefully, everything you need is within you. You have the tools, the skills, the strength necessary. Maybe you don't have all the answers yet, but you know it's time to trust yourself more. The choice is here, now. Will you keep letting yourself be consumed by fear, or will you take control of your destiny? Will you be a prisoner of circumstances, or will you choose to break the chains and create a new reality for yourself? I want you to take a deep breath and feel the weight of this decision. This is real, it's not just a pretty phrase. You're in control, more than ever. Your decision now will echo in your life in ways you can't fully understand yet, but that will begin to make sense over time. What do you choose? Will you stay where you are, waiting for something to change by itself? Or will you take the first step and commit to change, to transformation? The future is waiting for you, and it begins with what you decide now. Destiny isn't somewhere far off, it's right here, in front of you, ready to be conquered. It all depends on you. Here we are, at the end of this journey. But, in truth, it's not an end, it's the beginning of something new. You now have a clearer understanding that you are, indeed, connected to your destiny in a way you may never have noticed before. The wall that seemed insurmountable, the doubts that have been present for so long, no longer have the same power over you. Why? Because you made the choice. You took control of your life and chose to act. And that is the key to unlocking a future that may have seemed distant for so long. Now, you can look at your life with new eyes. What once seemed like an endless cycle, a constant struggle against invisible forces, can now be transformed into a journey of self-discovery in action. You've already taken the first step, and that's just the beginning. The presence I've mentioned, this invisible force that has been your silent support, is now clearer to you. But remember, it needs your collaboration. It won't do everything for you, but it is here to guide you, to help you take each step toward your true purpose. And it all starts with the decision not to let fear, doubt, or uncertainty hold you back. You're no longer alone. Though the path ahead may still be challenging, you now have a deep understanding that the tools are within you. The future you seek is not distant, waiting for some magical event. No. It's right in front of you, ready to be conquered, waiting for your action, your trust in yourself. What you've learned is that the moment you decided to make the choice to move toward your destiny, you created a transformative force. Every step you take now will have a direct impact on building the future you've always wanted. I know fear may still arise from time to time, doubt may still try to invade your mind. But now, you have something stronger than any obstacle, the certainty that you are in control of your life, and that, with courage and determination, you can overcome any challenge. The future will no longer be a matter of luck or circumstances beyond your control. The future will be the result of the choices you make now, in the present, and that is something incredibly powerful. The message I want you to carry with you is simple, but profound. You have the power to change your life. It doesn't matter where you are right now, or how difficult the path may seem. What matters is that you've taken control, you've decided to act, And with that decision, you begin to walk a new path, a path that will lead you to the destiny that's always been waiting for you. Don't be afraid to take the next step, because it's the key to your transformation. The future is waiting for you. The power is in your hands.